up, guys? DoorDash here, and I'm coming to talk to you today from the road. Wanted to do a little talking, just a little chat as I'm going here. It's Friday night. I've been out for a few hours, and I was, of course, as always, I'm listening to podcasts, listening to content, and I start thinking about things. I start thinking about things that I'm hearing, things that I'm hearing talked about, and one of the things that that continues to come up as I listen to content creators out there and listen to people talk about gig work. And it's a frustrating thing for me because to me, it's real easy. It's real simple. Value. That's it. One word, value. And many of you may say, that's redundant. No, that is the truth. Value. And that's what you work for. And some of you out there may say, well, okay, of course. Well, again, you decline an order that isn't valuable to you. You accept an order that is valuable to you. It's very, very simple. Now, what isn't simple necessarily is figuring out what is valuable. And that's the key. And that's the point of confusion I think a lot of dashers, a lot of gig workers don't understand is how do you make a determination of value? So what happens is we, the drivers out here, begin to say, well, let's do what our instincts tell us. Because instinctually, most drivers are programmed because they come from the W-2 world. They've come from an employer world. They're like, well, I got to look somewhere. So the app will tell me what's valuable. So they look towards the app. Now the app, and again, you have to make a determination of whether or not working for the app is valuable or not. And working the way the app wants you to work is valuable or not. I'm not saying it isn't for you. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. But I'm saying you have to make that determination. And you have to test it. And I was watching UDM's live today, and I really, really liked what he had to say on that part. He made a point to talk about the fact. He was talking about A/B testing. And A/B testing, yes, that is something that is a relevant tool for gig business operators. You've got to test both sides to understand, and that's the whole point of my channel. That's the whole point of what I say on my channel. I guess it's not the point of my channel. My point of my channel is just to show you what it looks like, show you what it's like out here. Right? You're curious. It's literally a camera's eye view on what it's like, how it goes, what I make, what I do, what I see, what I think, what I'm experiencing, and that's what the point of this is. But the point is, okay, the point is you've got to test this. You've got to test both sides. And the problem is a lot of people out there don't want to do that. A lot of people want to say, well, I'm just going to do this. But here's the thing. Here's one of the litmus tests that tells you whether you should be testing something out or not. Are you happy where you're at? And here's the thing that I think it tickles me every time I'm on these lives, or not on them, but, either listening to a live show or listening to a replay of a live show or looking at the comments in a video. And I see people tell you how great Top Dasher is, how great it is to follow the apps. But then they complain about how hard it is and how they're not making their goals. So you can't have it both ways. If you're unhappy, if you have something to complain about, then what you're doing isn't working, okay? That's a point of assessment. And if you're not constantly challenging yourself to change and to figure out what you need to change, then you will absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, never ever improve. Improvement only comes out of recognizing things that aren't working, and then recognizing a point of change. And I go over this with my kids. You know, it's not, failing is a good thing. A bad night is a good thing. It may not feel good. It may hurt the bank account a little bit. But if you fail one night, make a change and go out and make triple or double what you did that night you failed. Okay? Was it worth it? Of course. And if you continue making triple or double what you made that night you failed, was it worth it? Of course it was, right? You have to be willing to fail, and you have to be willing to test out new things, and you have to be willing to assess things and assess your approach, and you have to be willing to constantly be doing that. Not just a little bit, not sometimes, all the time.
DoorDash is now paused. Please unlock screen to resume dashing.
And that is the one of your objectives. You're a business owner. That's why I preach and I say all the time, listen, you are a business operator. You're operating a business. You have to treat this like a business. And part of treating something like a business is collecting data, because data is what we have. Remember, data is the past. Data is simply a reflection of work that's been done. Data is the place you can go to find the point of change, especially when you're doing something like this. And then it's in that area where you can say, okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to change. What am I going to do different next time I go out? What am I going to look at different? In other words, if I'm at a 60% work rate all the time, I need to add an app, right? I don't have enough volume. I either need to add an app or I need to accept more. What am I accepting at? You know, if I'm accepting at a $20 average offer, well, maybe I need to lower that to 15. Maybe which is where I came up with, I didn't come to $10 an order, okay, willy-nilly. I didn't come to it on the seat of my pants. I came to it because of testing. And in my market, $10 an order is what works for me at this point. It's what I see. It's what gets me where I need to go. And I stand by it. I only stand by it because I have data to back it up. And I'm not telling you to go to your market and work at $10 an order, because it may not work. I'm telling you to test out what works in your market and then go out and work it. Anyways, guys, that's the rant for today. That's the word from the road. And as always, guys, stay safe, stay profitable, and I'll talk to you soon.